Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is going to be a little bit of a whirlwind of a tutorial. I only have a limited amount of time. It's starting just to get really busy. But I've got a really fun card. I think you're going to enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it because it's pretty fun. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make a slimline card. And it's going to look like this. Isn't that so pretty? It has a clear acetate card base, so when it sits on the table, it gets illuminated like that, like so you can see back there, like right back there. Awesome. It has a fun little frosting detail at the top. It uses the Anna Griffin Village Easel die set, just the scene portion and the layering, and then is stacked up really nice and dimensional on the front, and then obviously with all the snow detail on that as well. Inked up the die to get that gorgeous red detailing there on the craft cardstock, and then put the layers all underneath it so you couldn't see it, and pop the sentiment inside from the mini sentiments, and then that it cut and emboss folder that does the backers for those, and just thought this turned out really, really pretty. I just love it. These sentiments are a Taylor Expressions simple sentiment, simple strips sentiment set, and I just love how they work. I love the fact that when you use them, you stamp all of them at once and you cut all of them at once. And this is the Simple Strips Christmas one that has a Simple Strips die. This die coordinates with all the Simple Strips sentiment stamps. And then you can even get a layering one that goes under this one. So you stamp it, you cut it out with this one. And then to get that like gold layer back there, you use this other die. I haven't put it away yet. This other die that cuts them all out, and you layer. That's how you get the layers with the bigger one. And then I just staggered it with I did the gold on the back of it and then staggered it with the red. And I think that is just so stinking fun, right? And just came out super cool. But yeah, so Tailored Expressions, tailoredexpressions.com. And I don't know if you can get this exact set, but the Christmas one, but she has tons of these. Or she did. I've had these in my stash for a couple years. Hopefully you can still get them. So yeah, so we got to jump into this because there is like, it's really busy here and I'm like on a limited amount of time. So I was going to show you how to make this version and this version. This is craft cardstock as well, but it uses a different technique. This one you ink, the red one you ink, the white one you rub the pad over the top of the detail. And on this one, this matters about the amount of dimension that you get from the die, because otherwise, if it's just a little embossing, it doesn't look as good. You don't have the definition of the deep grooves from the die to stay in the craft color while the white swipes over the top of all the raised portions. So the deeper it is, the nicer looking and more defined the details are on the card. And yeah, so we're going to make a version of this one that's going to look actually like this. So yeah, but it still has all the layered pieces as well, and front and back, and it just looks really stinking nice. So let's jump in and get started. So basically for each one of these cards, you have to have a piece of craft cardstock. This one is 4x8, 4x11, 4¼ by 11. I just cut an 8½by 11 sheet of cardstock in half, and I'm using one half of it. You don't have to have it that big, and this is craft. So then I'm using Anna Griffin Matte Gold, clear acetate, and a little bit of red cardstock for these. And I just have a whole pile, so I'm not going to do those with you. They're really simple though. Stamp in red on white, layer with the layering one in gold and red. Stagger the red. Really easy. The cartouche sentiment backer is this one here. This embossing folder. And we're going to use one of those. And then what you want to do is, to get the red, what you want to do is you want to take, and you want, I'm using Stamps of Life Strawberry, but you can use whatever red ink you want. And you just want to take your ink pad and lightly pounce on the top of the ink pad, or of the ink pad, of the die. Just go right on top of the die, just lightly on top of the die on the whole thing. You don't have to give it CPR. You're just lightly tapping it to get the raised detail. So that way when it cuts, it presses all that red ink into the detail of the embossing and the cutting portion. It is super fun. Yeah, see? Look at that. Isn't that fun? Even on that gold, that's pretty neat. I suppose if you had like stays on or something, you could do it on top of gold. Wouldn't that be a hoot? It would impress that into the gold. And then if you get a little on there, don't worry about it. It still looks really neat. So then after you get ink across all of it for the most part, just quickly tap over the whole thing to make sure all that ink is spread out. And then you want to just plunk it down carefully. So pop your cardstock on. Whoops. Oh, man. I'm using my giant, I like to make sure right before I put it on my cutting mat that I've made sure that that is all nice and inked up. Sometimes ink likes to pool. So to make sure there's a limited amount of that, of pooling, I tap it really quick. Then I carefully pick it up, plunk it down on my cardstock, pop the top plate on, and I'm going to run this through my die cut machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, and then when you get it out, it is going to look like this. Haha, right? Pretty good, right? Look at all that detail. Isn't that great? And then to clean the die, I just take a microfiber, a towel, wet, or not wet, dry. It's not wet. Dry, and I just use my microfiber towel, and I just wipe the dye off, and that works really good, even with red. If you're concerned if you got it all off, just run it over the top, run it on another piece of cardstock, like white, so you can tell that all the ink is off, but I've found that if I just take a microfiber and just wipe it off, you don't get lint from microfiber for the most part, and it takes it, a dry towel takes it off really good, so, yeah, so I wouldn't worry about it. So now to do the white, to get the white one, you want to make sure, oh, I guess I'm done with that. We should probably put the lid back on. Yeah, so we're done with that. So to get the white, I've already cut it out, but there's a trick. To get really good embossing, what I do is I take the craft cardstock and I stack it with another piece of cardstock. So that way when I'm cutting this out, and I cut it out on top of the magnetic, here. So what I do is I stack up, like, do I have any more cardstock pieces? So pretend like that's my white cardstock, and then I put down a piece of craft cardstock. So my scrap cardstock, then my decorative piece of cardstock. So in this case, it's going to be my craft. Then I put my die down and I cut into the magnetic mat, and run it through my machine like so. And what happens is this extra piece of cardstock down here will get cut and embossed, but you're going to discard that because the impression isn't that great. You're going to keep the craft one though, or your decorative one, because that's how you get that deep impression, that really nice deep impression for this type of thing that we're going to do right now. I'll show you a card that I made that didn't, like, the difference between the two, like if you just run it normal versus adding that piece of cardstock underneath. Here. Wait for it. Hold on, let's see. Excuse me, goodness gracious. Let's see. This is one that was just ran normal with no shim, with no cardstock underneath the craft. And this was ran with cardstock underneath. And like, look at the difference, like the detail in it when I ran the white ink pad over. Like, you can see a significant, at least I can. I think it makes a big difference. So, and that's how you get that really good detail there. So now, oh, and you can even do it with, you can do it with all colors. This right here was a metallic. That was metallic gold. I ran, it's Encore Encore Gold ink. Yeah, that's a good one. And that's how I got that shimmery gold on there. Isn't that pretty? And then I did white, red on white as well. Like, right? Aren't those just so pretty? That is such a fun card. Yeah, so there we go there. So now let me grab my white ink pad. I lost my train of thought. I was like, meh. Yeah, I couldn't think what I was doing. Okay, so you're just gonna take a white ink pad. This is Hero Hues Unicorn Pigment Ink. I got this via a suggestion from Jennifer McGuire. This is the one she uses all the time. And I love this one. It works, for me, it works pretty good. And all I do is I gently take the edge of the ink pad and I just lightly run it over, I don't know how to, I just lightly run it over the top. And I just keep, I don't press, I just lightly drag it. And I just keep doing that till I'm happy with what it looks like. Try not to do it too much, because inevitably it will just sink down into the detail of the embossing, and it will just all look white again, like all the same color rather. Yeah, so just really lightly. Hang on, that's John. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I thought I heard him come in, but apparently not. Okay, yeah, so just lightly drag it over to highlight all those raised, detailed pieces. Yeah, see what happens? It goes down in if you do it too much. I went over that too much. And then you can even flip it if it's getting awkward to hold it. And just lightly go over it however many times. Whatever, looks good to your eye. And then, yeah, but that's how you get all the detail of that one. And isn't that just stinking fun? I love it. And so the deeper the embossed impression, the better this technique works. It's super fun. So there is that. And now from here, super straightforward and really easy. So we have these two. Now what you're going to do is for the card base, I cut down a piece of acetate to 8 by 8 3/4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through my embossing folder. I love to use these A4 size embossing folders. I get them off of Amazon. All I do is I go to Amazon, type in A4 embossing folder, and a whole bunch of these come up. I checked this morning, and they had these on Amazon for $12.99. Prime member free shipping. And these you can use with so many things. This folder happens to be 11 3/4 long, roughly, by approximately, the embossing portion is about 8 inches wide. So you can use them for scrapbooking, home decor, large projects, and they work really good. I prefer to get this size over the smaller ones because these are just so much more versatile. So yeah, so Amazon A4 embossing folder. Okay, and so now what you want to do with this is, because it is only 8 inches wide, and that's how wide my piece is here, I'm going to put this all the way at the very edge of this opening right here. And make sure when I close this, that it's right on the edge there, so that way I get the full amount of embossing. And then the other trick with this is, when you're running it through your Empress or your Gemini Pro, I generally, when I'm using my Empress large plates, I'm actually running it 90% of the time through my Gemini Pro, because these, oh, hang on. Okay, busy. So let's see, where was I? Okay, so when you're putting these in your Empress, you want to make sure to use the metal shim to get really good embossing in these folders. These are normal in folders. They're normal size, thickness. They're not like 3D or anything. Generally, the A4s aren't. But to get like full, nice embossing the whole way, I add the metal shim, and then you can run this in your Empress this way or through your Gemini Pro, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, and then when you do that, your card base is going to be this amazing. Right? Look how fun that is. Isn't that terrific? Yeah, I love it. So now what you want to do with your card base is, and I don't run this through because the I don't run this through the Gemini Pro because it's any better. I do it because I'm lazy. That Pro has like a giant wide opening. You can run 14 inches wide. So that's how big the plates are for it. But this one being like this plate system is only 8 3/4, so I can be as willy nilly and fast, and I don't have to worry about it being straight or. It's just pure laziness, and that is all. Because the Gemini Pro cuts as good as the Empress does. They cut the same for me, especially with the Anna Griffin plates. So yeah, I got this trick from Paradise Princess. I was watching one of hers. She was doing a demonstration or something with one of her new machines and had mentioned that she uses her Empress plates in her Gemini. And I was like, what? That is a total game changer, especially if you have the Pro. So, yeah, awesome, awesome. So now what you want to do is, let's see here. You want to take your 8 side and you want to, and I like it where the embossing detail is up. So I want that to be on the outside, the raised portion on the outside. And so now on your 8 side, your 8 inches long, you're going to score at 4, fold, burnish to make your card base. And I do this a couple times because it's acetate and you kind of have to train it how you want it to go. And then the other thing I do is I also burnish the edge with my bone folder really good. So just get it lined up here and then press and burnish. Press and crease. Crease your edges. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that just fun? I think that is such a hoot. Okay, so now after you get that done, and I've already done another one. I actually already have all the layers for this. So this should go pretty darn fast. So there's my other card base. I got 2 now. Let's see here. Let me find my layers. I gotta get the layers. Okay, so I have, let's see here. Okay, so I have a gold, a set of 3, a gold, and a set of 3 for each of these cards. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to put my layers on. I think I'll do one with you and then the other one off camera. And so basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop on, I'm going to leave these stacked up in the same order I cut them out in. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some score tape on the back of this. And if you can use glue on this and just a little score tape, but you want the score tape because that's what's going to make it adhere. And then you don't necessarily have to wait forever for your liquid glue to dry. You can use whatever adhesive you want that'll make it stick down, but I like the or this is tear tape rather. And this is Anna Griffin tear tape, which actually works pretty stinking decent. The tear tape does. I was using something else I wasn't a big fan of, but this stuff actually works pretty good. Wait for it. Maybe we'll do right there. Okay, so there. And then you're just going to take the backer off. Let's see. There we go. Awesome sauce. Yeah, we are winding down on gardening, the actual vegetable garden, and actually getting ready to start some outside projects here. So it's gonna, and it's cooling off so nice. Oh my goodness. It's been so smoky though. Going outside is like putting your head in a smoker barbecue. Oh man. So the temperature's calmed down, but we've had so many fires. Gosh, it is crazy smoky. So this one goes right down to the curd base, like right down on it. now, what we're going to do is, and actually all these layers go right to the card base. And so what I'm going to do is, so here's what you want to do. This top one goes to the back of this one. So you're going to run score tape over the top of it, right on the front of it. Whoops. Right on the front of it, and then you're just going to line it up with the gold one. And so you want to make sure you have it in the right orientation where you're putting your score tape on. And try not to get lumps in your tape, because that does make a difference. You'll actually see them on the back of the cardstock. See, you don't want to do that. So then you're just going to flip it over, and you're going to line it up with this one as best as you can. You really want this to be as perfect, as close to perfect as you can. But remembering too, it's a card. You're sending smiles and sunshine. The person that receives it is going to love it just because you did make it for them and we're thinking of them. So now what you want to do is the next one, this one here, is going to get layered on the inside of the card. Is it? But is it? No, it isn't. That's a lie. The last one with all the schmutz on the back is actually getting layered on the inside. The second one actually goes on the back. So and that's the next one we're supposed to do. So flip your card over, and with the second layer, we're going to line it up with this one on the back of this. On the back, the very back of the card. So, okay, so keep it right side up. And put tape on the front of the die cut. So the first two get adhesive on the front of them. The last one gets adhesive on the back. Whoops. Yikes. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, try not to get the old stick the score tape down to the, or the tear tape down to the card base to rip it. It causes a little havoc if you stick it down. Okay, so now on the back, we're going to line it up with the inside one. Trying to get it as close to perfect as possible. So press the back of the card base down. Looking through it, lining it up. Don't commit till you're ready. And even then, flip it over to make sure everything's happy. Looks good. Press and seal. Whoop, whoop. All right, now this is the middle one in the bunch, and this one gets layered on top of that one. Easy peasy. So flip it over and put score tape on the back, or tear tape on the back of it. Oh, there we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, I think this is such a simple card, but I think it just turns out so pretty, and it looks like you spent hours on it. I think just with the clear cardstock base and everything, it just makes it look like it was like much harder to do than it actually was. That's the way it seems, anyhow. So line it up with the bottom one. Don't commit fully, though, yet until you're... And it would help if you weren't sitting on something white. If you weren't trying to line it up white on white. I'm like, why can't I see the lines? Well, it would probably help if you weren't sitting on something white. Okay, and that looks pretty good to me. And press and seal. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, right? Isn't that great? Okay, now we can start decorating. Oh, no, we can actually apply this and start popping things on. So this, we're going to pop up on dimensionals, and I'm going to use my Anna Griffin dimensionals. I really like the new sets I received. The first ones of this style, I wasn't a fan of, because the backers, oh, yeah, they didn't want to stick at all. But these actually work pretty darn good. And I think I have a few of them out already. Oh yeah, here's my stack. So yeah, I got that flipped over, and I'm just going to put a few on it. Make sure it's going to sit really nice on the card. And just, yeah, this is just going to be really nice. Awesome. Oh, I missed a spot. What? There we go. And that's going to be super nice. And I put these at the top and the bottom because it will help this panel from warping when we go to put the Aleene's glitter snow on. The moisture in that might cause it to buckle a little. And I figured if I put all the adhesives towards the outside, because that's where we're putting that at, it would help it from buckling. Warping, I mean. Okay, so now you're just going to line this up to where you love it. And it looks good and happy. About like yay. For me, that's about right there. And then you're going to get your gold trees. So I've cut 2 trees out and 2 wreaths out in gold. Anna Griffin gold matte foil. And then these are going to get dimensions too. So now this here is where you probably want to think about, like, if you're wanting these to go in the mail. Hang on, let me get the postage scale and see what these weigh, because that will determine how tall we go. Hold on. Okay, so 1 ounce or under is a stamp. Okay, so that's zeroed. So we'll put that on. Oh yeah, we're at 1.1 and we don't have anything on it anyways. So it's going to have to go for another stamp. So you might as well put the dimension on it rather than holding back, because you only get 1 ounce. Well, by the time we add this and put Aleene's on it, you're already out of luck for keeping it within 1 stamp. So, to the clouds we will go. We will pile the dimension on super duper high. Why not? When in Rome, build an Eiffel Tower. Is that Rome? I don't think that's Rome. Okay, so here we go. So dimensionals on the back of my little gold Christmas trees. Whoop, whoop. Just lining them up with the other ones. See how pretty that is? And then I found that because those little wreaths are so dainty, if I take my, these are the Sizzix tweezers. They're super pointy. I got these off of Sizzix.com. Yeah, Sizzix.com. And these, where are you? Gosh, you guys are like out in the middle of nowhere. I got these off of Sizzix.com, and these are awesome, and they are super sharp. That's why they have that little cap. It's around here somewhere. There's a cap. So I found that if I use these though to take these little bitty guys off and then pop them on here, that works the best for me. And then you could kind of you can pick 2 of them up at the same time, or just pick 1 up. And then these, and then even for lining them up, these little tweezers work great. So then, there. So then I just grab onto it with the little tweezers like that, and then I can plunk it down. First I was trying to line these up with my big giant fingers, my little caterpillar fingers, and God, they were like in the way, and I couldn't see, and so now I just use these to pick off these little tiny ones. And yeah, and you can even flick off. You can grab a couple at a time now. or just one. See how nice that is? And if you have trouble like getting the edge, like this will totally help you. Like you can just pick up the edge of the, oh, that was both of them. Wait, flip it over, grab it from this side, and then we'll line it up and pop it on here. And then look how nice and lined up that is. Isn't that great? I love that. And now what we want to do is we want to grab this sentiment. Oh my goodness, what rendition of this video am I on? If I've already said it, sorry to repeat myself. These are tailored expressions. Let me just show them to you really quick because I can't remember. I've had to start this video over like 3 times. These are tailored expressions, tailoredexpressions.com, simple strips, sentiments, and the die. And there is also a layering die that you can get. So this stamp set stamps them all at the same time. There's little marks to help you line it all up, and then to line up the die as well, and then it cuts them all out at the same time. So what you get from these two is the white with the red on the top, May Your Season Sparkle, and then what this does here, this one here is a backer. It does the gold and then the red, but hang on. Okay, so yeah, the backer does the gold, and then I cut it out in red also and staggered it, and thought that just came out, make a nice addition to the card. Like, that'll be really cool. So I'm going to put this up on dimensionals as well, but I'm going to do these other ones here, these like 1/4 inch ones, and I'm going to just put one. Oh, and I'm going to put them towards the bottom, so when the card is sitting on the table, you won't be able to see them necessarily. I wanted to make it look like it was just floating there versus, oh, they put square dimensionals on it. And then I'm just going to pop this right in the middle. Try to get it as straight as I can, in the middle as much as I can, but not really worry about it too much. And then look at that. Okay, and then, so I'm going to grab my mini holiday sentiment stickers, and one of these backers cut from those are one of these backer embossing folders. Look, that's what it is right there. Somebody told me how to pronounce it, but I can't remember now. It's been too long. But I really like these oval ones, so I think I'm going to use an oval one. And in gold, that's Anna Griffin Matte Gold. And I'm going to grab one of these. And now I do want my Christmas card to say, okay, May your season sparkle. May your season sparkle, Merry Christmas. Yeah, how about, yeah, Merry Christmas. That sounds awesome. May your season sparkle, Happy Holidays. Actually, how about let's do Happy Holidays. May your season sparkle, Happy Holidays. Whoops, maybe we should put it right side up, eh? I'm gonna do it like this. Just picking the nicest side. And the trick to these is do not use your shim when you're cutting these out. When you're using these cut and emboss folders, don't use your shim. That is the easiest. And then just going to put a little bit of, I guess I could just put glue on the back of this actually. Because it's going onto cardstock, I don't have to be too particular about it. Regular cardstock, rather. It's not shiny and slick. It's not acetate. It'll actually adhere pretty quickly. Okay. Oh, man. The tiniest bit of glue and I get schmutz. All right, there it is. Look how pretty. There we go. Happy holidays. Right? Doesn't it look so nice? Okay, now you could stop here technically if you wanted to. And look how pretty that card is. That is actually quite a lovely card. But if you wanted to take it just that extra step further, this is where we add all the funness. And so basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your Aleene's Glitter Snow, and you're going to take a little paintbrush that you don't mind, throwing out. This is a throwaway one for me. It's just a cheap little one I bought off of Amazon. for stuff like this. I get them in bulk pack. And then now is where, okay, so you'll need a piece of scratch paper. And, oh, actually here, scratch paper, let's go ahead and grab that. And then you're also going to need your, hold on, Papericious frosting powder. And I buy this on heartfeltcreations.com. I love this stuff. It's so pretty. And I go ahead and get this ready. It has a lid and then this cool little dill that helps it not leak out. Whoops. And I just prep that to the side and get it ready. And then all you're going to do is, so then I start from the top of the house and then I work my way out. So I just get a chunk, or not a chunk, but like a glob, a daub, a little daubo do ya? And just start edging the house with the little snow. Just daubing it on, to me makes it look like it's fresh fallen snow, basically. And just go around the whole top of the house edge. And add as much or as little as I want. Until I think it looks good. And then I just keep going around, and then I'll work my way down the bottom of the house and then on the top of the card, making it just fun with this stuff. And I do the whole roof, so then I do the little chimney pieces. And then I go down where I would think that snow would be on the roof line. And I'm just going to do the roof line because I found that's what I liked the nicest out of all the ones I did. Because I don't know if on this one I showed all the different versions I had of this card. But at the end of the day, this is the one that I ended up liking the best. Oh, man. Hopefully that looks like little ice crystals. All right, we're saying fallen snow and ice crystals. Executive design choice. And yeah, just outside, not really. The least amount that you pay attention to it, the better, because I think it looks more natural. So try not to be too anal about it, right? Just daub it on there, making it fun. Keeping it fun, you know? Don't make it too serious. Because it's a card. It's just supposed to be fun. And if Santa can't get down the chimney, leave a key on the patio, right? Because he ran out of... They're gone. You can no longer see them. With all my fallen snow on there. Okay, I don't know. My paintbrush was better before. My paintbrush was better. It wasn't so globby before. I think that child's gonna have to leave a key under the mat. So, so now what you want to do is you want to take your frosting powder, and you just want to go ahead and put it go over the alien's glitter snow. And then, let's see, take the back of something and tap it off. And then, if you need to, just take a paintbrush. Oh, that's not going to work very good. I think I was using that for aliens. Just take another soft bristled brush. And you'll want to go ahead and brush off the acetate, too. And trying not to get it in the glitter frosting. And that way your acetate will stay nice and clear. And off the back too, because it's probably on the back. Okay. And then look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love it. I think it is so fun. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go on the corners and put just kind of daub it on the corners. kind of making it a little more prominent on the corner than on the edge. And then you just do as little or as much as you want here. And it just makes it so fun. And then skinnying it up towards the top. And this paintbrush is so crusty. I've been using it a bunch. And yeah, it's all stiff. And it's more like a wooden spatula now. It's like super stiff. And then occasionally I go down a little to kind of give it a little bit of interest, so it's not all the same across the top. And hopefully you guys have been in frame. Okay, and then yeah, and then once you get to the corner, you kind of go out a little bit and then kind of bulk it up, because it'll stay nice and three-dimensional. However thick you put it on, it doesn't necessarily go away like stickle does or glitter glue does per se. It actually stays nice and dimensional. And so then you just sprinkle on your frosting powder now. And this, for the most part, if you just stay right on the frosting powder, you don't have to worry about wiping off. Right? How fun is that? Isn't that great? That is really, really pretty, right? And so now I'm going to go ahead and clean this part up. I'm going to go ahead and get this put back in, because I got a lot of frosting powder on my paper here. And then do the bottom with the frosting powder. Oh, Farfignugan. Bummer, dude. Now, don't get your other cards in the frosting powder either. Whoopsie. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We can touch it up. It's all right. Eileen, she likes to spread the joy around. Or Aileen, she likes to spread the joy. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to do the same thing. Dab it on at the bottom there. And sprinkle the frosting powder on, and I'll be right back. Okay, there it is. Got that all done, and voila, there it is. I think that came out so, so pretty. I just love everything about it. I love the dimension of the snow from the Aleen's glitter snow, and the red ink on the craft cardstock, all the detail in that die, and then it just all gorgeously stacked up in this card, just looking so beautiful for the season. You technically don't have to use this for Christmas. You could just use it as a winter, thinking of you card or something like that. It would be really fun. A birthday card, a winter birthday card would be really fun as well. But yeah, I think it just came out so clean and looks so nice, and I love the clear embossed acetate base. I think that's so, so fun. But yeah, well, here, why don't I go ahead and put this other one together? This one here, I have the pieces already cut out, so why don't I throw this together, and then you can see what this looks like really quick when it's all done up. It's gonna look similar to the other ones that I showed you, but I have it. I might as well, right? Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, just a little reminder on how these go, because remember, you cut these out 3 at a time, right? So the first one goes on the back of the front. So you're going to put this one here, like that. You're going to put that on like that. The next one, you skip the next one, go to the third one. The third one, oh no, you do the, no, the third one gets lined up on this one, but you actually do the second one first. So it goes like that. So hold on. So this is the second one. So this is the first one. So the first one goes face forward on the back of the front like that. Then on the back, and then after you glue that one down, you're gonna close this. You're gonna take the second one, and you're gonna glue it here on the very back of the card, and then you're going to flip the card back over, and you're going to adhere the third one on the inside of the card, and then that way that'll give you a place to how to line it up, how to line this one up. So okay, so there we go. So first one goes on the back. We might as well just do it real quick together, and then I'll put it all. And you put the tape on the front. And then when you're taking the backers off, just make sure that you put all the tape onto the front of this. I hope I said that originally. Whoops. See, like those pieces, you'll want to like make sure they're over onto the top of the card there. And then that's flat. So then line this up. And then try not to line it up if you're on top of something white. Make sure it all looks nice. And that looks pretty good to me. Okay. So then take the second one and line it up on the back of the card. You're going to line it up with that one. So put tape on the top. Oh, is that? Oh, I'm out. I got more score tape here, though. I got this little 1/4 inch stuff. You don't have to use quarter. Use, honestly, whatever you have. But I would use tear tape or score tape if you have it, instead of just glue, as well as glue, if you're wanting to use mostly glue. Because it'll make it adhere right now, and you don't have to hold it in place forever. Because it drying on the acetate would take a little bit. Potentially. Okay, so now, oh, it's magic. Okay, so line this up. Flip it over. Make sure everybody's happy and copacetic. Looks good to me. And then open it up and finally layer this one on the inside. So flip it over and put score tape on the back, and you are golden. I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, there it is. This is the neutral version. And so if you didn't want to do all the red and whatnot, and you just wanted a little, punch of jolly on there, this would definitely do it for your neutral decor. And there again on the inside, very conservative, but absolutely beautiful and elegant as well. I mean, as much as a beautiful, snowy village scene could be, right? 'Tis the season to be jolly. Merry Christmas. There it is. Now, if you don't want your Santa to have to be a latchkey Santa, be a little bit more careful than I was with my Aliens glitter snow there, and just kind of carefully go around your little chimneys, or you'll seal him out and he'll have to find a key under the mat. But yeah, there it is. That's a tutorial. Man, it is getting so busy around here. I've been trying to make this video all day long. It's been so busy, but I did want to let you know too that John and I got a bunch of projects lined up for the end of summer and fall here, and so the videos might be a little bit sporadic, maybe few and far between, but I will definitely try to pop in as frequently as I can to share some crafty inspiration with you. And just wanted to say, until next time, the busy never stops, right? Until next time, I hope you guys are doing terrific, having tons of fun in your craft room, and getting filled with crafty inspiration. Until next time, thanks everyone for watching, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.